I used to have several sites. Now I kind of like the grower's edge. It gives me that cash max. You can tell it which markets you're looking for, and it will tell you what your highest net back is based on the price they're paying at that time and the basis that they're paying. And that's pretty handy because I don't have to go to so many different sites.
Good afternoon, welcome to GrainTV. My name is Cody Bills, this is Logan Burgess. Today is the 22nd here, and we had the markets moving lower with corn down 3 cents, soybeans down 3 cents. But Chicago wheat here able to hang in there, trading up 3 cents. This morning we did have over 500,000 metric tons of export sales for soybeans confirmed, with China making up 400,000 of that. How did that impact the trade today?
Well, you know, Cody, it seemed like this soybean market was looking quite strong coming out of the overnight session. There's a good chance that this sale was booked overnight, and it started to be traded on in the early hours of this morning. So most of the gains that we saw in the soybean market were put in the overnight session. As you can see from this chart here, this is a 15-minute chart. Once the day session opened, we really kind of traded sideways, and we really closed quite poorly, closing out the day on trade session lows. So early in the trade session, it did look like we were going to make a close above that area of 974.5. That was a high from last week. We didn't really get that technical confirmation, though, that you'd be looking for if you were expecting this soybean rally to continue here into tomorrow and into Friday. Overall, kind of a negative day for the soybean market, going quite positive to closing off at lows.
Absolutely, and when you look at corn too, I mean, when you look at these charts, of course, soybeans here moving up to the 50-day moving average, unable to move above it. When you look at corn, it's a similar sort of scenario here, where when we first approached that 50-day moving average, we sold off a little bit. Now we've been moving around, we've been moving through that 50-day moving average, consolidating around it. Today we tried to make new highs, but as I talked about in the morning commentary, though we were able to break out and make some new highs here, it's going right into resistance. So there is no real room to run before we move into areas where there was previous lows. There's kind of a messy trade action there in the history during that price level.
Yep.
So of course, you know, I think that's part of the reason why we were unable to really make any continuation in that move higher here once we broke out early this morning.
Yeah, you know, Cody, it was a relatively quiet trade day in terms of fundamental news. Tomorrow, the big item on the plate is going to be the export sales report. If we just look at trade expectations for that report, wheat estimated at coming out at 350 to 500,000 metric tons, and then corn and soybean sales both expected to be between 800 and 1 million tons there. That report will be out tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Central Time. We'll be sending out our evaluation of that report in the morning comments, and we'll be commenting on it on Twitter as well. You can find us over there at GrainTV. Just a reminder for anybody out there watching the show that hasn't taken a look at our mobile trading app yet, we have a lot of grain hedge clients right now that are taking advantage of this mobile trading app during harvest. They have the iPad with them, they have the mobile phone with them in the combine. If you want to take a look at it for yourself, visit us over at grainhedge.com or call the office. Number here is 877-472-4607. Thanks a lot for joining us here on GrainTV. We'll see you tomorrow for the export sales report.